Here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 131 of our Your Next Level Mastermind. And the topic we have for you today that these very fine folks are going to share their thoughts and experiences on is called, What is my biggest fear and how has it held me back? What is my biggest fear and how has it held me back? Now, it could be in relation to their personal situation. It could be in relation to their business situation. I'm not asking them to divulge any personal, private, family issues at all, but there is a whole lot of opportunities for people who are watching this replay to listen to people who've been around the place, okay, and to learn from them, because fear can be a factor that can truly freeze everything when it comes to relationships, business growth, and everything else. And for those who are watching, by the way, I'd like to remind you that underneath this video, you'll see links where you can not just contact these people, but actually get a time to sit and talk with them. And I strongly encourage you to take this opportunity up. This is not a typical mastermind. This is an area where we have people who are giving up their time to share with you their thoughts and their feelings about a range of issues. But more importantly, they are good at what they do. In fact, they're darn good at what they do, and they're prepared to make time to talk with you. All you have to do is click a link and book time with them. And if you book a time with them, they're yours, and then you can decide what you want to do. It's got nothing to do with business. It's got everything to do with a relationship, because you don't know what they know and you don't know who they know. All right. So for those who are watching, I strongly, strongly recommend you take the opportunity to meet these very fine people and just get to know them as people. Nothing else. Let's get to know them as people. And who knows, you may just find the person you've been looking for, or they may know the person you've been looking for, or they may have an opportunity you've been looking for, or whoever, or whatever. So with that in mind, Alpha, nice to see you as well. Glad you've arrived. Okay, but we're going to start with you, George. Your first cab off the rank today. I'd like you to share a few thoughts with the people about you, what you do, what problems you solve for people, and then followed by John Allen. So, George, over to you.
All right. What I do? Maybe I'll read. Well, first of all, my name is George.naugle. I'm a Canadian, but I live in the Philippines. So I got out of the Canadian winters and I live here with my wife. A little bit about me. I've been an entrepreneur since I was about 22 years old, and I haven't had a job since. And I love it because it gives me the freedom to help more people. So currently, I am helping online entrepreneurs feel authentic and comfortable having heartfelt conversations with potential clients without the salesy feel. And that's me.
Okay, George, I think for a moment you might have froze. Did everyone hear what George was saying, or did it freeze for you?
Froze.
So George, with your permission, could you just share again just the last couple of segments of what you said, because you were frozen? And I think you're frozen again. So we'll come back to you later, if that's the case. Don't worry about it. John Allen, followed by Joy Healy.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, no matter where you are in this beautiful world of ours. I'm John D. Allen of Allen Small Business Coaching. I specialize in helping people improve their loss of revenue. By that, I mean, everybody says they want more clients. They want more clients. You know, you don't necessarily need more clients. Yes, we all do. But you need to get better at talking with the clients that you have, asking better questions, This will help improve your LOR, your loss of revenue, because those people that you're not bringing into your program, they're costing you a lot of money. So I help people by solving 3 questions that that person has in their mind. One is, can they do it? 2 is, do they really want to do it? And the third one is this the person that I really want to help me? When you can answer those 3 unspoken questions for people, you're miles ahead. That's going to help you get more clients. I'm currently located just outside of St. Thomas in Ontario. It's just out of the other London, the one without the big bridge and clock, and looking for small business owners that want to grow their business. Thanks, John D. Allen, Allen Small Business Coaching.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much indeed. Joy Healy, so nice to see you again, followed by Ashvin.
Hello, everybody. I'm Joy Healy from Norwich in the United Kingdom. What I do is help newcomers online. And what I want to do is tell anyone who will listen about the lies that they're likely to face when they first come online. And particularly, I don't want people to fall for the myth of push button wealth, because it just doesn't exist. It's a long-term thing, building an online business. And one of the problems that set me back was I didn't have a funnel builder and software that would do email follow-ups, and that held me back for a long time. But I have now found a free funnel builder, autoresponder and everything. And the one that I'm using at the moment comes with a free trial and training. So if it won't save you money, just stay with the one you currently use. The other ways I can help people and solve their problems is in the link in the chat. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you, Joy. Thank you very much. And the link in the chat, does that give them access to talk to you if they want to?
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Ashvin Nui, it's so nice to see you when you're not sitting in a car. Wow, this is
Hello. Yes, today I'm here at my home office. I'm happy to be here with you guys. My name is Afshin Nuhi from Richmond Hill, Ontario, Canada, and I help small businesses to generate leads, to have follow-up plans, so the leads come back and refer them more leads. So basically, my focus right now is in lead generation. If you have trouble generating leads, that means clients who come and are attracted to you, I can help you with that. And about the ClickFunnels, I'm glad Mrs. Healy mentioned that. That's very important to have a funnel for yourself. And I would be looking at that link also. And also follow-up is very important. It's very important to follow up, because most of people who engage with you in the beginning through your advertising and your marketing, only 1 to 3% of them will buy something or use your service right now, today. But about 80–90% of them, they will be more down the road kind of prospects. So you would have to follow up with them, because when somebody wants to buy a car, they don't wake up in the morning and they go to a dealership and buy a car. They do research, they come and talk to you, to go to other dealership. And then after, I think it's 90 days, they make their decision to buy a car. So within that 90 days or whatever period is that your leads come back to buy whatever service you're providing, you would have to follow up with them in an education-based kind of marketing, not pushy salesman kind of thing. And that's how we can help you. My name is Afshin Nuhi. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashvin. And it's such a pleasure to see you rather than have you sitting in the car trying to drive at the same time.
I know.
Monica, nice to see you too. And welcome back, George. Okay, so where are we up to? Carol Davies, followed by Mark Inkster.
I had to admit myself. My name is Carol Davies, and I'm in London, Ontario, Canada, the one that has a smaller Thames River. And I'm a success mindset coach for women entrepreneurs who may be struggling to start their business, and also for women in the corporate world who are dissatisfied with the job they have or what they're, accomplishing in life. So I'm interested in finding and helping women who really want to start their own business, but perhaps are afraid to or don't know the steps to take, because I was there years back, and I found my way through becoming an entrepreneur, step by step, slowly. But it's really nice to have a friend and a guide or a mentor when you're starting that journey, because there's so much that we don't know about business, especially if you haven't, been used to working like on your own. That's the whole thing. Sometimes you're totally alone and you just don't know where to go. So I like to think of myself as, a friend and a guide to help you there. And today, if there's something that is pressing with you, that you're not happy in your job, give me a call and we'll see, like, what do you really want to do? How do you find your passion? How do you make your life better? Because that's what's so important. You have to have time for yourself, for your business, and above all, just treat yourself as the first priority and really get out there in the world, make a difference, and find your happiness. You can find me at thepassionmotivator.com.
Okay. And that's going to be the link underneath the video for us. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Carol. Mark Engstar, followed by Janet Pacelli. Nice to see you, Janet. Mark first.
Yeah, I'm founder of the Strangers Community. It's a not-for-profit and Strangers Group, our social enterprise. And we're your new business partner, and the charity is ready to help you to become self-funded. Well, other charities, that's our goal, part-fund them, self-fund them. And so, yeah, we have some packages like franchise sort of deals happening, and we'll grow your wealth for you, and it's generational. So that's something that we're just releasing to help other charities and that to become part-funded and self-funded as well. So we're using people to support these other charities and that. So that's just our new project that we're launching. So yeah, that, and I've just released my personal investment company on Monday as well, which are looking for investors, and that's working alongside the Strangers Group to to do the same thing, but privately, and that create wealth. And I already have some companies lined up that we're taking equity in. So, but that's what I'm doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Okay. Janet Pacelli. Whoops, she just had to go somewhere. Is she coming back again? Janet, are you ready? Janet, your turn, followed by Monica.
Okay, I'm ready. A little scattered, but I'm here. Sorry, folks. My name is Janet Pacelli. I'm in St. Augustine, Florida. Hope you're having a great day. I have a new little thing here, so I'm going to kind of read it, but tell me what you think. I'm fine-tuning this thing every day, I feel like. I work as an affiliate marketer for Vox Live Super Batches. My role involves promoting and sharing information about these natural wellness products, helping others discover their benefits. and assisting them in making informed decisions to support their wellness journey. We have 11 patches that help with stamina, stability, sleep, metabolism, cognitive decline, ADD, ADHD, memory. I love hearing success stories and offering people drug-free solutions and hope. Who do you know who needs our help? I've seen people who struggle to walk upstairs, shaking and losing their balance. And within seconds of applying a patch, I've seen them go up and down the stairs with ease. I've seen people relieve their pain, get off of, cholesterol meds. I've so many success stories. And my neighbor is probably my best. He's a golfer and he's wearing these patches. I had him test out 2 of our patches to improve his golf game. And just the other day, he told me that he won a $50 bet and he's golfing better than people in their 40s, and nobody believes him. And he said he's golfing like 80, 83, 84, and I'm not very well versed on golf, but I'm assuming anything under 100 is a pretty good score. So those are just a few of the ways that we can help you. So this week I'm looking for health and wellness coaches, health and wellness practitioners, coaches of any kind who would like to help someone get over the edge, over the slump of what they're doing, because it literally helps your brain operate better. And who doesn't need that? Thank you.
You want some feedback on what you just said?
I'm sorry, I got to turn my, I'm sorry, what?
Would you like some feedback on what you just said?
Sure, sure.
Yeah, because you said this is a whole new thing you're trying.
Mm-hmm.
I would start and finish with when you start talking about the examples.
Mm-hmm.
The golfer, the person going up the stairs, they are the things that people can relate with. They are emotional impacts, and that's the things that you can help people achieve. I would have started with that, and I would have got everyone's attention right away.
Okay.
Food for thought.
Good point. Thank you.
Food for thought. All right. Monica Periotti, nice to see you as always, followed by Alpha.
Hello, everyone. My name is Monica Periade. And do we actually realize that we actually never see our own face, but we see the reflection in a mirror, in a photo, in a video? So who we are to criticize ourselves, but we do that. We do that more than we say we praise ourselves. So what do? I help women, IT professional women in IT industry and also healthcare, to feel good about themselves, to get a balance between work and personal life, to feel good about themselves the way they are, but improving themselves as well, and have a perfect reflection that is aligned with who they are as an identity core. So again, this is Monica Periade, and I help women feeling good about themselves again. Thank you, Peter.
That's the last bit is what I love the most. You love helping women feel better about themselves.
No. I do help women feeling good about themselves. I do. I actually do.
Right. And that's powerful. I love it. I love it. Well done. I love it. All right. Alpha Freeman, nice to see you. Are you on the training track or where are you right now?
Hi, Peter. I'm at home right now. I just got done. I just came back home. Hi, everyone. My name is Alpha Freeman. I'm the host of Next Generation Business Talk. The art of the Generation of Business Talk is basically just interviewing people from different generational aspects, learning about the day-to-day business transactions, wishes, and things of that nature. This past week in particular, I interviewed one of our colleagues on the show, Monica Periotti, and it was a great interview as a whole. I actually got a hold of her copy of her book here, Unstoppable You. I just started reading it here. Just giving a special shout out to Monica to keep doing the great thing that she's doing. It was a wonderful interview. I can't wait to post it out there so you guys can see it. It's the art of communication in a multi-generation enterprise as a whole. Wonderful, and it's exciting. Again, I'm looking for new people to interview, grow it, and build this platform, and just sharing ideas and thoughts out there. My name is Alpha Freeman, and I'm the host of Next Generation Business Talk. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Alpha, and congratulations, Monica, on what a really good interview. Wow, wow. Yeah, I love the look on your face. I think that's priceless. George, are you there?
I am. I think everybody can hear me.
Well, because I'm going to go back to you, because the first time that you tried to share what you did, we sort of lost you. So would you mind if you took the opportunity now to share with people about you, what you do, and so they get an idea for that, because it was unfair last time because the darn thing froze on you.
Oh, okay. Sure. Let's hope it doesn't freeze again.
Go for it. Go.
Anyway. Yeah. My name is George.naugle. I'm a Canadian. I live in the Philippines with my beautiful wife, Narissa. Originally, I was an IT tech. I had a calling to help on a greater level for the world. Always had a dream. If I had one wish, my wish would be to be able to communicate effectively with every person on the planet. So it led me to what I do now, and that is I help coaches or online entrepreneurs have comfortable conversations with their potential clients without a salesy feel. So it's just a natural conversation. So it's great for building networking, potential networking partners, as well as collaboration, or it could even be referrals, and of course, potentially clients.
Thank you, George. Okay.
You're
Loud
welcome.
and clear. Loud and clear.
Loud and clear. All right.
We've got apologies from Yvonne Jones. She won't be with us until next month because she's in a process of going to Jamaica and all sorts of stuff. Pat Dreyer, who normally is a very regular supporter here, but he can't make it today. Glenda Kroll, also a very regular supporter. Again, she can't make it today. Penny Kennedy, also a regular supporter, and she couldn't make it today. And Bill Pickett. I'm not sure, Janet, is Anthony available or not?
Santa Anthony is exhausted. He's burning the midnight oil, working 2 jobs. So
I'll put him down as an apology. How about that?
Absolutely. He sends his love to everyone and his great message to keep shining.
I was waiting for that. Thank you very much. All righty, here we go. The topic we've got. What is my biggest fear and how has it held me back? Okay. What I'd like you to do is to raise your hand. Look at my John Allen has done it again.
Peter, I didn't understand the last part of your question, the second part. And what's the second part?
What is my biggest fear?
Yeah, I got that.
And how has it held me back?
Hold you back.
How has it stopped me from doing what I want to do?
Okay.
Whichever way you want to interpret it, all right?
I got you. Yeah.
And I just can't get, I mean, just watching Monica, she got the most beautiful smile. Goodness gracious me. All right, so raise your hands and I'll take you in the order that you've been raised. And John, as always, Mr. Fast Man off the mark, you're the first one. What is your biggest fear and how has it held you back? And you're muted.
My biggest fear was, and still is to a certain degree, of not being able to, or not feeling I'm able to totally give the person 100% of what they want. You know, I'm overcoming this fear, and it held me back for a long time because I was afraid of not being able to deliver all that I promised. So I'll tell everybody that's on this call and all those that listening, you are your best. People don't know what you know. Don't be afraid to go out there and share it. It may not be 100%, but so what? They don't know what you know. And again, you can help people in more ways than you know and understand. So don't be afraid to go out there and do it. Thanks, Peter.
Thanks, John, and thank you for your honesty, because when you say your fear was you were not sure whether you could actually deliver 100%, what impact did that have on you?
It slowed me down considerably because I didn't feel I was good enough. You know what? I was comparing myself to everybody else out there, which is dumb, because you are unique. You are one of a kind. And again, people don't know, people don't know what you know. They can't deliver it the way you do it. They can't say the way you do it. They don't think the way you do. So be yourself. Don't try to be someone else. Just be you. Be the best you that you can be.
Good advice. Thank you, John, and thank you for being so transparent, because I mean, many people would not admit what you just did, and I think that's fantastic what you did. Okay, it'll give people hope, because there are so many people who, especially those who are watching this replay, who really have that fear but have never expressed it to anyone, including even their closest partner. So thank you for that very much indeed. Joy Healy, your biggest fear and how has it held you back?
Well, my biggest fear, both in business and personal, is appearing on camera. But as you'll see, Peter has helped me get over that. And big thank you to that and for everybody here who's helped too. I'm not sure that it's actually held me back in the past, but I know how important it is to build trust in business. So when I get to the stage that I have more time to spend on my online business, it will be good to have left this fear behind me. So thank you, Peter, and everyone.
Thank you, Joy. And we should make it very clear. I mean, Joy and I don't have a coaching relationship. We're just friends, all right? That's all it is, okay? We've been friends for a long time, and I am delighted to see how much more confident you are on the screen than when we first met. When we first met, it was a completely different Joy. So I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of the fact you've got the confidence to be able to be the real Joy Healy that I know and love. So thank you for being you.
Thank you.
Thank you. George.naugle.
Sure, thank you. I had to think long and deep about this, and I would have to say showing up as truly who I am. That would be the thing. And for what reason? People will judge me for it, potentially. A lot of it just, I know it came from my childhood. I was me when I was a child, and you get scolded or beat up because you're just being yourself. And you're going to ask me, how did it hold me back? I would say in life and business, lots. It's definitely something that is always in the back of my mind is how should I act, or how does that other person want me to act, versus just being myself.
So George, did I get you right when you said your biggest fear was showing up, being able to show up as who you really were? Is that right?
Yes, as I truly am, as I am, who I am. Yes.
Okay. And what do you think caused that fear? I mean, because this is something many people have an issue with, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. What caused that?
I would say it was from my childhood, actually. Like I used to be more of a soft kid. I was rough too, but it's soft, and I never liked fighting. And I used to get picked on lots. Instead of fighting back like some people do, I would just cry. So then they would beat me up more. And, just being a male back, growing up in the 70s, that's not acceptable. Also, I would have to say other people scolding me, for example, for being a boy. You're not supposed to be like that. You should be like this. So
Right.
it really, really, really held me back. Even still to this day, to be honest with you, it's still in the back of my mind. You know, it's just like, well, how should I be as a man, kind of thing. And you know, there's lots of crappy advice out there and it doesn't work. I guess it's not who I am, so that's why it's not working. But for me, I would have to say that would be the biggest thing. I would just love to be who I am. But I
Yes,
shock people sometimes. Yeah. I shock people because it's like, well, is this guy real or is he full of shit? It's real. Yeah.
this kind of childhood trauma turns us to be a people pleaser. So it's a real thing. So instead of showing up as an authentic self, we just, instead of setting boundaries and showing up as we want for ourselves, we turn into people pleaser. So we say more no to ourselves and yes to others because of that. And also we become perfectionists because only then we are good enough.
Yes.
Thank you.
Monica, that was absolutely brilliant. That is true.
I am brilliant.
You are darn brilliant. And George, thank you for your absolute brutal honesty. I think that took a lot of guts to do that, and I appreciate you for who in the hell you are. So thank you so much, George, because that's going to help a lot of other people. Because
you're welcome.
You've gone through that, but you were prepared to share that, to be so totally transparent. Okay. And to have someone like Monica react like that shows how much impact what you said impacted on her. She can truly respect where you are. So thank you. Thank you, George, and thank you, Monica.
Inspired us. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Inspired, yes. Ashvin, are you there? You got your hand up, but I don't know where you are, so I'll come back to you. Carol Davies. What's your biggest fear, Carol, and how's it held you back?
Well, I didn't know it was my biggest fear until I got out in the business world. My biggest fear is, and always has been, being alone. And I didn't think that was something that bothered me, but I'm a twin, and I grew up with a very close relationship with my sister, and we were together in the family unit till I was about 25. And it was at that time that I had to leave the city where I grew up and my sister and go off and start my first job, big job on my own. And then I realized that I didn't have the confidence in myself and the skills to work sort of on my own, because I was always used to bouncing things off my sister, to get ideas. If I was feeling anxious, we'd discuss it like almost instantly. And all of a sudden I had to rely on myself. And it was like at a later age, I had to develop the skills of confidence in myself and knowing that I could do things and not always just trying to people please. And it's been something I've had to work on still all my life. It's not that I'm worried about being alone, but it's when I have to make big decisions or, just I'm feeling a little bit off for the day. And I used to work for a long time in Geneva, Switzerland, and my sister worked in Toronto. We were in touch every day by phone or email. So I still had that sort of connection, but I really missed the instant thing of like, I've got my best friend who can tell me. So I had to learn how to be my best friend and how to be confident that I had everything within me. It did take a long time and I'm still working on it, but I'm really happy to be, with the background I have, and I'm happy to be at the place now and to share that knowledge with other people, because really, if you're not sure in what you want to do or how you can show up in life to be authentic, that's what it is. It was discovering who I was as a person, my own self-identity. And I finally did, a few years back, and it's helped so much. So I love to help other people find that as well.
Now, Carol, because you are a twin, was that an impact or a factor in your fear of being alone because you didn't have an identity of your own, sort of, so to speak? Am I on the right track here?
I would say so. I was always part of two. And then when I was by myself, it was like, who am I? I really didn't know. And,
yeah,
it's about age 25 onwards that it's a little bit farther along in life than some people. And it's been a voyage of discovery for sure.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Carol. Very much indeed. Ashwin, what about you? Your greatest fear, biggest fear, and how's it held you back?
Well, what happened as you're asking this question, I thought about this, and what I realized that it's a learned fear. Because what happened many times, I got stuck in implementing things because of so much mental blocks and being too analytical. And that's my fear. That's my analytical self takes over, thinking about this option, that option, whether I am good enough to do it. I'm scared to see what happens. I'm not good enough, like what John was saying. All those kind of thinking stops you from implementing what you need to do. And once you don't do that, you don't get results and you get more depressed and you go to more down the hole, so to speak. So that's my biggest fear. And of course, fear of change. I think everybody has that too, a fear of change. Your environment, what's going to be next. If you do this, what's going to happen, So that's my biggest fear of change, and also fear of thinking too much, being too analytical, and the analytical self takes over and doesn't let you implement things.
That is really interesting. So the fear of being, I'm waiting for Monica to talk, but hang on a sec. The fear of being analytical, right? How did that hold you? How did that hold you back? Just give me an example.
For instance, even in a business, you think, should I go do it this way? Should I do the website this way or that way? And then talk to this person, that person, and some other life comes into the picture. You forget about it, and then you go back to it again. And then what happens if it doesn't give me the result that I want? And do I know what the hell I'm doing? Or I've been doing this for a while. Why is it not working for me? Or being scared that if you do it, it's not going to work for you. And you ask questions from too many people, you get too many different answers. It sort of becomes a paralyzing kind of thing and doesn't let you go fully into it and do it. Either you succeed or fail, but at least you did it properly.
Wow. Thank you, Ashwin. That is very open and very honest. In a way, what you're saying is that in order for you to make a decision, sometimes you feel like you have to be a perfectionist, and that was holding you back.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is very special. I appreciate you saying that, Ashwin, because that's from deep down in your heart. And
yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing. And for those who are watching,
you're welcome.
Hear what Ashwin just said, okay? Because you need to be able to face that and overcome that darn fear. There's no doubt about it. So we're going to now hear from Monica, because she knows all about this stuff anyway, more than I do. But I just want to say to you on a personal note, Ashwin, thank you for your honesty. Thank you so very much indeed. That was very special. Okay. Monica.
Thank you.
Wow. So starting with George, I think, George, you open an amazing box full of gifts, because all today it's full of gifts. Starting also with John, who was so amazing to share that and open the path for us. and everyone else. I realized that we all go through the same kind of fear, doubts, emotions, and so on, obviously at different stages. My biggest fear was that because of how simple coaching is to me and how passionate I am, that people won't see the value in it. And I still strongly believe that someone who wants to make a change in their life, they have to look for the solution and not me to come and knock on your door. Do you want to buy a Hoover, or do you want to buy a boiler, or do you want to buy a central heating system? So, but my biggest fear in the first part of my life was that I'm not lovable enough. Can you imagine? That I'm not lovable enough, that I'm not good enough. So every time I fail, I didn't fail as much because I didn't know things. It was because I show up as doubtful, as doubtful, as scared. So I showed that part of me instead of showing who I am and what I'm showing you today. So the answer to all of that. Also, I would, sabotage myself in so many forms. So I stay and keep in line with the identity that the other people made me believe I am. Right? So if other people if my ex-husband made me feel unlovable, then I thought I'm unlovable and I showed as such one. If in my work or working abroad, people would make me feel like I'm Romanian and I have an accent. These are true stories. So what happened next? I would show up as such. So not being good enough, doubting myself, being compliant, and always the first meeting that I came to Peter's Zoom 2-3 years back, in my head was, and I was already through the program of self-love, in my head was, oh, I'm a non-native speaker, so all of these people are from US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. So my accent, how am I showing? I'm not good enough. So I had so much fear. So that also held me back, because I said, how can I coach people? They will look at my accent, my dialect, and they will look. So that held me back for a very long time to show up as my true self. But now there is no hold back. Here I am. So yeah, I think I subscribe to everyone, and I think we don't show up as our true self until we learn how to love ourselves truly. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Monica. Very much indeed. Janet will be back in a moment. She's left me a message there. Alpha, what about you, my man? Your biggest fear, and how has it held you back?
Oh man, thanks so much, Peter. I think it's just like, for me, as I'm growing on a consistent basis, and also as an athlete, sometimes it's the fear of perfectionism, and also the fear of failure and the fear of success. And I have to overcome that, and I'm still like learning how not to just do things to please people whatsoever. And I think Ashvin talked a lot about that as a whole. That's something, as a human being, like, you have to train yourself mentally that it's okay to fail, that it's okay to be successful. You shouldn't feel guilty at all whatsoever, because you're not hurting no one or anybody whatsoever at the end of the day. Also, in the business side of thing, it's just understanding that, if you think you're not good enough, you keep saying that to yourself, eventually it's going to be true. So I'm literally focused on the mental side of things, and also training myself to say, okay, I do deserve to be here. I do deserve to say these things, despite the experiences, despite what life has to offer. So on a consistent basis, it's just like learning and growing each and every day to overcome those fears, and training myself mentally to let myself know the value that I have to offer out there, that I am valuable and things are possible. Yep. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me there.
So, Alpha, do you now truly believe in the value you can offer people?
Absolutely. I do. This is just something like about 2-3 years ago, before I met John. And John helped me with this actually to overcome this fear mechanism back in my undergrad. Because at the time it was more like, okay, I don't think I'm good enough, but I had to really believe in that. And once I started believing that, and just a whole new door opportunity just opened up, and I see things differently, and I realize I can walk into a boardroom or anything and actually present myself well. I can compete with some of the best guys in the world, and and just let them know exactly, despite where I am or where I come from, I have what it takes. And definitely it's that believing factor, overcoming that fear. And now I've overcome that fear, and just I don't even think about it no more. I try to help people, let them know that you just got to believe in yourself. Despite your circumstances, what life has to offer, or your past, you can't let that dictate you whatsoever.
And when you were overcoming that fear, I mean, I really appreciate what you're saying, Alpha. When you are overcoming that fear of not feeling good enough, so to speak, right?
Right.
How painful was it?
It was very painful. You felt a sense of insecure. It's more like, because in the beginning, it's just like, man, it kills your confidence to an extent, in which you don't really feel the need to do something. But once you overcome that and you tell yourself, and this is something that you have to train and talk to the right people, and even go within yourself. And a book might help you, people might help you, but this is personal growth that has to be done within yourself, talking to the men upstairs and allowing yourself to overcome that fear mechanism. Once I overcome that on the mental side of things, because the physical side of things, you look at my body, you look at my demeanor, confident man. But the mental side, you have to overcome that fear factor. And once I did, it's just a whole new world just opened up. It's the reason why I'm able to compete with some of the best guys in the world. Why? Because I'm not scared. I'm not afraid. I don't care who you are, what you have to offer. I don't care if you played against this, that. It doesn't matter no more, because why? We're on the same playing field, and I believe in myself. And once I realize that and I know that, it's game over.
Wow. Alpha, thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate what you just said. Very much.
Thank you.
When I first started working with Alpha, it was actually comical. He was still in his first university, and all he kept telling me was, this university's great, grand, and wonderful, and all the rest of this crap. And I kept telling him, it's you. It's not the university. You have to be you. And when you're you, the real you, that's when everything starts to shine. I've had the great privilege of working with Alpha for, good 4 or 5 years now. And he's an amazing young man, and his confidence has just gone through the roof. So if you want a great guy to follow Alpha. He really knows where he's going. He knows what he's doing. He's a great guy to follow.
Appreciate that, John. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you, John. And Alpha, thank you very much indeed. I mean, I really appreciate the fact that this has happened between two people. I mean, there's no doubt about it. When you don't feel that you're good enough, it can have so many negative impacts on so many things and restrict your potential so much. And it could force you even to avoid doing things that you know you should do or you could do, but you won't do them because you're scared. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, thank you. Wow, this is incredible. What about you, Mark? Mark Ingstall. Your biggest fear and how has it held you back?
Thanks, Peter. Well, I don't know. I guess a couple of years ago, I decided that I was going to face my fears for my New Year's resolution about this time 2 years ago. So I enrolled in the first public speaking course that I could do, and went along to that course and all that, and nailed that, and probably learned to speak more on Zoom meetings. I don't like speaking about myself. I knew I had to start talking about my vision and missions for my organization if no one else was going to do it like I could, tell a story sort of thing. So yeah, and it's just that. It's just a lot of what I find is, I guess a big fear of what I have is a lot of timing of things. They just don't seem to fall into place and that. And used to try and push things and stuff like that. So I try not to do that anymore. I just see the situation and try and let the universe deliver, sort of thing. And that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. I'm trying to set up my pathways and everything to run right. So that's a lot of that. And big fear has always been allowing myself to be nice to myself, and that too. It's just something I allow. I don't allow people to love me, things like that. So I've always been very nasty to myself.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I like to be mean to myself. So there you go. And so yeah, that's a bit of a fear to drop that and start loving myself and allowing others to. So there you go, Peter. Thank you.
I know how hard that was for you to say that. I respect you, Mark, for doing that, because that that is one tough call you just did. So thank you, and I congratulate you on saying it publicly, because you know what? It's going to help you. It's actually going to help you.
Probably helped me.
I mean, we love you, for goodness sake. It's only a matter of you loving you a bit more, okay? So we'll send you all of these big hugs, okay, right now. Send them to you, right? Here they are, yeah. Give us a heart. Give us a heart, love. Okay.
I can feel it. I'm already sweating.
Monica's given you the biggest hug I've ever seen in my life. So there you go. Janet, what about you? What is your biggest fear, and how's it held you back?
Well, I have many, but I'm going to answer the second part of the question first. So what holds me back is fear of how I am being perceived. So it actually stops me from doing things. So what I mean by how I'm perceived, oh, does she really know what she's talking about? Is anyone going to listen? There are people that do this better than I do, and fear of just talking and no one's listening. So that definitely holds me back, because I end up not doing it. Oh, maybe tomorrow I will really make that post and it's going to reach someone. And so, but I share many of the same fears. I think my childhood was difficult as well. And I share some of the other sentiments from others. So I don't feel like I was brought into the world really knowing, I happen to learn all my skill sets as I go. But I have come a long way and will continue to do so, and just have to take it one day at a time, one step at a time, and keep forging ahead, right? But that's probably my greatest fear, is how I'm being perceived by others. So it's kind of a judgment thing. Probably it's because I'm doing it to others. I'm judging what they're doing. So it's a reflection of how I treat myself, kind of like what Mark said. Am I nice to myself, and all of that? So there's a little bit of everything in there. Thanks.
Wow. Thank you. You know what my biggest fear is? Being able to accept people saying you're doing a good job. I have great difficulty in accepting that. I can easily tell Joy or Carol or Monica, Mark, anyone, that you're doing a really good job, etc., etc. But I have trouble actually accepting people saying that to me. I don't know why. Monica, maybe you can tell me. I don't know why.
I know why. I know.
No, I bet you do. But it's something that's always been in me. Always been in me. I'm happy to help and support and give to everybody else. But I'm a terrible receiver. So, Monica, what's my problem?
What acceptance, self-acceptance. This is one thing top of my head. I don't have a magic one, but it's you don't fully accept yourself. So, and also you are in a giving mode rather than receiving. And Janet, in other words, said, also the fear of not being good enough, the fear of not showing up for ourselves. So basically, we all turn to what George said to us and to what also John opened. So amazing. Yeah, fear, the acceptance. You haven't fully accept yourself as your authentic self. So you haven't you didn't take time to congratulate yourself. You know, small winnings, when we say congratulate yourself, what you're going to do to celebrate this winning, and you don't do it, that's what you do. You don't accept yourself as a winner, as an accomplisher. So all those details, they are real facts. They are real things.
And I'll share something very personal with you. My greatest hero was my father. He was my greatest hero. But not once in my life did my father ever say, I love you.
So it comes from there.
Not once. Not once did he ever say that, I love you. But he did. Because he told everybody.
Because his love language was different than yours. Because his love language probably was a provider. He puts food on the table and he thought, you think this is my responsibility? This is from a movie with Denzel Washington, which is called Fans. I totally recommend. So he said to his son, I don't love you, or I'm not gonna. Do you think I have a responsibility to love you? I put food on the table. So everybody has his own language of love, and as we know, some people they do talk through affirmation, some people through time, some people through physical touch, some people to providing. Thank you.
That's true. And that's probably the reason why I drive my family crazy every day, because I tell them I love them every hour, simply to make up for the fact that my father would never tell me anything. That's what it is. So anyone else got anything to add before we wrap up? Because our time is up. In terms of fear, what's holding you back, any thoughts?
Actually, Peter, same with me here.
Ashwin, sorry?
Actually, same for me. I tell my daughter, I love you, and they say, oh, you say it so much, so many times. Like you, I'm making up for the past lack of it, so to speak.
Yeah. I am overcompensating. I mean,
yes.
And I know that. But you know, I love doing it anyway. So I mean, that's you is who you is. That's what it is. That's what I mean.
Yes, me too. It's the same here. Yeah.
I mean, I just got a granddaughter standing over here, and she's mouthing to me. Okay.
A lucky guy.
Well, yeah. Anyway, okay. Everybody, thank you. Thank you so very much for your contribution to what was not an easy topic, because you were in a way, all of you took the personal route rather than the business route, which is interesting in its own right. Okay. And George, the way that you positioned the conversation for everybody was very clever. So I want to say thank you to you for your absolute transparency and honesty, because you set the scene. Okay, I want to say thank you to that. And for people like Monica, who understands all this stuff more than we do, right? She just said, we are all vulnerable. You are dead right, Monica. We are all vulnerable. And you know what? That's the more vulnerable we are, I think, probably the more lovable you can be. Mark, remember that, okay? Same way about being vulnerable. If you're more vulnerable, people will love you for being you. So thank you, everybody. Thank you very much for sharing your time. Thank you very much for sharing from your heart. And more importantly, thank you for also supporting these sessions. So until this time next week, we'll see you later, okay? Take care. Love you all.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.